first thing we're going to do is remove the frets, then we're going to resurface the fretboard.
9.5 inch radius block. This actually takes 2 hands, but I just want to show you a little. Resurfacing the fretboard. So when I'm finished, not only will the frets be new, the surface of the fretboard will be like it's never been used. All right, back to work, and I'll see you in a little bit. Welcome back. We're making good progress with the fret job here, the refret. As you've seen just previously, I sanded the board and got it all nice and reconditioned. No more finger grooves in there, and it's very nice. I'm down to the last 9 frets to go. I was just finishing up on cleaning out the slots, making sure they're deep enough, no glue residue in there from the previous frets. Making sure I have enough depth for the new tang. And looks like everything's going to be just fine. Alright, so here's the fret wire. I just lay it in place. I leave it hang over just a hair. And then I cut it. I don't use mechanical cutters. I've never had very much luck with those. They dull out quickly and they deform the end of the frets, so you're ending up grinding it and filing it back further. You need to leave a lot more tang hanging over the edges. So I got away from that and I use my motor tool because I can cut it close to the fretboard and very little filing is required, and I save a lot of fret wire. Alright, here we go. Might want to turn your volume down. And that's all there is to that. Cuts it very quickly, and it's right to the exact length I need. Now I'm going to take this cutter and I'm going to grind the fret tang. I'm going to cut this part back. So that part there will get shortened just a hair. Well, this end already is. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up. Yeah, you can see, you can tell. So I'll do the other end the same. And then I'll get these next 9 frets finished up. Then after that, we will mark the frets and level them. Once they're leveled, then we will re-crown them and sand and polish. It's gonna be great, you'll see. Hey, thanks for joining me. I'll be right back. Hang around. My angled file, getting the fret ends at a specific angle. I switched the file here to get the sides, here to get the angle of the top of the fret. I'm just finishing up. It's not really moving anymore. it's looking really nice. So now what we're going to do is we are going to get all these level. You might wonder, why do I need to level them? They're brand new. Well, you put them on here and you bang them in, and perhaps they're not level. The manufacturing process does not make this stuff exact. As much as they'd like to think they do, they don't. So we mark the top of all the frets. Once we have the top of all frets marked, I'll take my leveling beam, and I'll also use my 9.5-inch radius sanding block. And after I level it with my leveling beam, then I'm going to go over it with the 9.5 radius block once more to make sure the radius is not changed on us for the frets. After that, then we radius the frets. We're sure they're level, then we radius, put the crown back on top, which is what we're going to remove when we level them. After they're been re-crowned, and I'll take some 600, some 800, 1000, 12, and perhaps 1500, and I will sand any scratches out with those grits. So there it is, it's ready for the leveling. This is my sands level, made in America. It's a cast level. In other words, it's solid. There's no hollowness. Tell the truth. Sands levels tell the truth. So I've already got some 800 grit there. I got some 360 grit here, which is the first grit we'll use. We'll lay that right on top. And we sand. Now take a look. I don't know if you can see it or not, but didn't barely touch that. We removed a little there, just that little bit, removed a little there. Didn't touch this fret at all. It's lower. Didn't touch this one or this one. They are lower. This one, lower. So you can see there are some touched and some untouched. So we're going to level that. Then we're going to go back over with the radius beam to make sure the radius didn't change. When I'm leveling with this, I follow the radius of the neck. I don't twist my level. I keep it parallel with the fretboard. So hang around and I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. I'm just finishing up. I've taken the beam over this. I took the 9.5-inch block over it. Now I'm using the extra fine side here, just smoothing things out, getting rid of some scratches. It's not enough to lower any frets. It's just enough to take out some scratches. As you can see, all the blue is removed, except for on the sides. So that means we are perfectly level. Now what we need to do is radius them. So we're going to tape up the fretboard to protect it. Fret files don't normally even come in contact with the fretboard because of the way they're made. but human error always has to be taken into consideration. So it's best to protect them. I've done it so much I can get away with it, but even I screw up. So this is just an easy and cheap way to ensure I don't scratch up the fretboard. I did that. Of course, I can get the scratches out, but it just makes a lot more work. So much better to avoid it, right? So I'll get a little tape on here and I'll give you a little demo. I know you've seen me do it before. If you've been following me and watching my videos, I know you've already seen it. But, yeah, hey, watch it again. I'm still considering giving classes on certain parts of lutherie. Like how to properly set up your guitar. I might offer even advanced classes for how to refret your guitar neck. It's easy to watch and think, oh, I can do that. But you can't. Those things you got to be aware of and not do and do to do a proper job. All right, I'll take the rest of that in a little bit. Let me get down to business here. Get some of this on so that you can see. See, I'm rushing to put that on there. That would have been on the fretboard if I hadn't have taped it. Tape needs sliced there. You can tell how flat these are by the width of that stripe. Okay. I have one piece of tape too wide, and we'll cut that. All right, so then I can use a variety of files. These are jumbo. I normally use the medium. We'll see how it goes. This has 3 files in one. It has a narrow side here, medium side here, and really huge side there. I've never used that. Jumbos, unless they're super wide for bass, don't really need it. All right, so what we do is we want to run this across it there. We'll see how this one works. And this file takes off from the sides. Takes off from the sides of the fret. If this is the fret, it's filing this side and it's filing that side, not the top. And that's evident because it leaves a small blue line. Maybe I need an extra light here. Leaves a small blue line. Yeah, there you go. That's the very top of the fret. As that line is there, I know I haven't gone too far. The ideal is to make that line really skinny. like I just did. It's very skinny. Now let's see if I can get that. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Very skinny. Maybe less than a millimeter, a little more than a millimeter there. So there we go. Now it's less than a millimeter all the way across. That's perfect. And we just go right down the line, doing that. There we go. There's two of them. All right, so I need to finish taping up this board and marking it, and then that's what I'm going to do to each one. After that, I'm going to cut up some 600, 800, 1000, 1200, maybe not 1500. Don't generally need it unless I have a bad scratch somewhere. And then we'll sand these. I start with 600 because 600 grit's not enough to remove any metal. It's just enough to remove scratches. Then I go to 800, which will remove even more fine scratches. 1000, 1200, and then we'll buff it. They'll be like glass, but more slick. All right, thanks for hanging around, and don't go away. I'll be right back. Okay, here we are. I got a bunch of 600 cut up. And nothing fancy about this. No shortcuts. This is what I gotta do. I'll sand both sides. The top is automatically getting hit because you can't just hit the side without hitting the top, but I'm focusing on the sides. And I always make sure to run the sandpaper right over the end. So when I'm finished, I have hardly any fret ends to take care of. But if I do, then I have my trusty Fret Guru fret end file. You've all seen before. All right, so I'm gonna do this with my 600 grit. Now this is gonna take me maybe an hour or so. Then I'll get the 800 grit. The 800 grit goes a little faster because I've sanded the bulk of the scratches out with the 600. So the 800 goes a little faster. Maybe it takes me about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Then I'll go to 1000 grit. That goes a little faster. I can do that in about 30 minutes. Then I'll do 1200. That's about 15, 20 minutes. And then I do the buffing with the polishing rouge. Before I leveled this, I kind of left out a step. Didn't tell you guys. I didn't leave it out. I did it, but you know, I didn't tell you everything. So let me tell you, it's my not straight edge fits over the frets perfectly, right? So before I leveled it, I sat this on there and held a light behind it so I could see if I could see any daylight between the bottoms and the fretboard. And I adjusted the truss rod until everything was perfectly flat on the fretboard. Once the fretboard was perfectly flat, then I went ahead and I leveled those. I didn't tell you guys that part and didn't see it, so I thought I'd tell you now. There's a lot of steps to refretting if you want to do it properly. And I do it properly every time. Just drop my sandpaper. And it was about finished anyways. I'm on the 3rd fret. One of these little squares of paper, by the time I flip it and turn it a couple of times, I can get it 2 to 3 frets before it's pretty much toast. So, it's a good time to bring up the contest. It's going to be for a really nice Apollo guitar. It's a vintage guitar. The original electronics disappeared. I don't know where. They weren't in it when I got it. But it's a beautiful guitar nonetheless. And so I refretted the fretboard, and big fan of jumbo frets I am, and I did not put vintage frets in it because I'm not trying to preserve its heritage because the electronics are already gone. So, you know, kind of a losing battle there. So I put in frets that I really like, which are jumbo frets. And it's all done. It's very nice. Nice fret job on it. And I just purchased a set of mini humbuckers. Really nice output. And I also have a new set of potentiometers and vintage cloth wiring and an orange drop capacitor. And I'm going to put all that into it. I'll be working on it tomorrow. So I'll take a few snapshots to post so you can see the progress. So if you want to win it, the first thing you have to do is like my page. If you already liked it, you're set. You're automatically entered. If you want more chances to win, then share the post. Share any post on my page. Share any post that I put up, you can share it. And you can do 4 shares a day. I'll give you 4 extra entries every day that you share another post. So if you share 4 posts today, you got 4 entries, plus your like on the page. So that's 5. And you share 4 more tomorrow, now you got 8, 9 entries. And then the day after you share 4 more. And the day after 4 more, and so on. You can have a lot of chances to win. Not too many people do that, which I'm really surprised. So the guy who won the Fender amp, I kind of figured he was going to win because he just shared every day, and every chance he got, he shared. And he had more than 3 times the amount of entries than anybody. Because some people share 1 or 2 things, and then they don't share again. Maybe they share once a week. So you want a better chance of winning, share every day, okay? You have to share, you have to like the page, which automatically means you're following. Don't unfollow the page, because I won't be able to count your entries. If you're not following, I can't see that. So you have to like and follow. If you just like the page, you're automatically following, okay? So just don't click unfollow. And then I can see the amount of shares you did and count them. So, like same as last time, my wife counts them all, and my little neighbor girl, AJ, she's my goddaughter. She is just the sweetest young lady. Love her to pieces. She's always watching me work on guitars and has an interest in it. And so I let her do the drawing. Her and my wife will sit down on our bed and write out every name onto a separate piece of paper. Just little small pieces of paper, but they write every name. If you got 60 entries, they put you in there 60 times. If you've got 500 entries, you'll be put in there 500 times. My wife creates those at the end of every week. So by the time it's over, she only has to do 1 week's worth and then total them up. So she don't have to do them all at one time. So like and share. You could win that guitar. Let's put it this way, you have much better chance of winning that guitar than you do winning 100 pesos off the lottery. How many people play the lottery? Thousands and thousands and thousands. My page has only 1,000 plus likes. So you're only competing against 1,000 people. And only if all 1,000, well, all 1,000 are entered, but you know, not many share. So, you know, you have far better chance than people who don't share, because there's not too many people. So you have a good chance of winning. So like and share. Really enjoying doing this. My time is drawing short here. I know I'll be going overseas for a contract, and this will be shut down for a while. So if you got work you want to get done, get it to me quickly, and I'll be glad to take care of it. All right, this is going to take me another hour or so, so I'm sure you don't want to sit there and watch me do that. So thanks for being here. Don't forget to like and share, and I'll be right back. Don't go away. All right. I have sanded all these, and I'm just finishing up with the fret end file, making sure I have no sharp fret ends. Just kind of rolling it over the top edge of the fret. I rub my hand up and down it to see if I feel anything sharp at all. Proof's in the pudding, so they say. Another way you do it is with a microfiber cloth. If there's anything sharp, that cloth is going to grab it, and it doesn't. So we're good. I've gone over the frets with 600 and 800, 1,000 grit, and I'm about to go ahead and start buffing these. Every once in a while I see a little scratch and I go back over it, like right now. All right, so stick around. We'll get buffing in just a minute. Make sure I go over the ends. Where I filed. Make sure they're nice and polished. That lasts a little bit. Like you can see there, big difference. They're satin, these are gloss, and they are slick. So we're going to keep up with that until we're all done. So hang around. Won't be long. I'll be putting this neck onto the guitar and we'll be stringing it up and setting it up. Oh, and least I forget, can't forget very long, we'll be making a bone nut. In the meantime, I'll keep polishing. In the meantime, I'll keep polishing and we'll see you guys soon. I'll be right back. Okay, the neck's on, new strings are on. Gave it a pre-set up. I adjusted the relief. And I raised the bridge saddles. Let's see. Lowered the bridge saddles, excuse me. Lowered the bridge saddles. Cleaned the tops of the pickups. Got the neck on. Created a bone nut. And right now I'm going to adjust the nut to lower the string height at the first fret down to 20 thousandths. So I thought I'd show you just a little bit of that. Now, the guitar's in tune right now, but it's about to go out of tune. Just take that right out of there. This is a 46 thousandths. I cut this at an angle going down. So the string coming up and lays at the front edge. And I put the string in there and I'll measure it. That's the first fret. I need 20 thousandths here. 19. That is 20 thousandths. And still quite high. So once that is touching the bottom of the string and the top of the fret, just touching, then I know it's at the correct height for optimal playability. That's where we stop. And you gotta go real slow or you'll cut way too deep too fast. Of course, bone is very hard and does not cut very fast. After the string heights are all set, then I'll file the top of the nut down so that the strings are sitting in the nut properly. And we're still quite high. Just about perfect. I'm going to take it just a couple strokes further, and that'll be good. I think that's about 18, which is a nice low nut height. It's higher than that. It's maybe just shy of 20 thousandths. That's perfect. Now we'll do the next one. First we need to check where it's at. I always aim for 20, but if I'm a little low, it's okay. 18 is like as low as you want to go. This is quite high there. I will just move that over one notch. And I'm going to use 40 thousandths on this slot. I'm sure that's still high, but we want to go slow. Yes. Oops. All right, now let's see how that is. Close. No cigar. Senor. Couple strokes more. That's what I said last time, right? Haven't glued the nut in yet, it's just sitting there in case you've seen it move. I think I can go a couple more. Make sure the nut's where it should sit. That's pretty good right there. All right, we'll slide that one over. We'll slide this one over a notch. First, let's check it. Way high. Yeah, way high. And I'm gonna cut that with a 34. That's like a hair off, so I'm gonna leave that one. And that one there. Can them come down quite a ways. I would take this with a 28. It can still come some more. Yep, I think my nut was slid over. I better double check it. If your nut moves, double check it. Yeah, still needs to come down. Not that one, this one. Ooh, that's perfect. I think this one could go just a hair further though, so I'm gonna hit it while I'm thinking about it. Where'd my 34 go? Come on. See, it's grabbing the file because the slots are so deep. I make the nut high because you can't add to it later. So I make the nut high so that I can saw it down to the proper height. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. This needs to come down quite a bit. We're gonna hit that with a 17 thousandths. Sorry about my heavy breathing. It's really hot. I'm sweating my butt off. And I'm really close to the microphone so you can hear me breathe. All right, let's check that. Whew, that is so close. The high E is really good. I'm going to take just a hair off it though. Ooh, that's perfect. I think I can take a little off that too. And that's going to be 12 thousandths. That cuts a lot faster, that narrow, so I gotta watch it. Ooh, I couldn't have stopped at a better place. Crash. Alrighty, that should do it. Just going to double check our heights. And I think I can take the A string down a hair. And that ought to be just like downtown. Yeah. Okay. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to loosen up all the strings. Pull them to the side. And then we're going to file the top of the nut so that the strings aren't sitting down inside the nut. Right now I'm loosening up the strings. I know you can't see my hand. I'm on the B string, loosening it up. Now the G. And then we'll put a string spreader on it. That's this little device. Right there. Easier said than done. Guess I could have loosened it a little bit further. There we go. That'll hold the strings out of our way. I'll file that down. All right, I'll be right back and we'll get it all set up and give it a test. Stay tuned. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out today and watching me get this done. Take care, be good, whatever you do, be good to each other. Bye.